Welcome to Wolf Code, where we hunt bugs and write epic code. What's up, my pack? Today we will do a recap to see what we have done building in our routing plan app. We go to registration, we give a name, for example, Gogu. That's perfectly fine. Just place that email there, and password that will be nice. So the email was sent 521525525. Let's try to verify it. If you see here, we have an expired time. This works even if you are going back and you try again. We wait a few seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter. Now when we are going back, the time is going down. The account was verified. Now we can log in. Our name was old, but now we can use also the email. For instance, you can use the email just to log in, so fine. Before that, this wasn't a thing you can do. You could just with the username, but now you can with both username and email. Now in this field you have to select the starting address, where you are starting from. We are starting from Tuttlingen, a city from Germany. Let's save the address. The address was saved. Before the update, the list wasn't selected automatically, so when you tried to add an address, it wouldn't work. But now, because of the update I have done, the address is added automatically to the first route. Why is that?
One eternity later.
Try to add an address there. Perfect! Now it works just fine. This is supposed to. So you can create also the root address list here using the date from today, the date of tomorrow, and by a selected date, which you can use the calendar for that. Okay, you can give it a name. For example, the best day of my life, something like that. You can create a route. Success, route was created successfully. But the problem is the route is not selected automatically, so you have to press on it.
One eternity later.
Now we can say we have added a future. After you created the route, even you have here an address. For example, if you create the route, that's naturally selected, and now you can just enjoy adding some addresses there, which are perfectly fine, I guess. Now we can delete also the route, the address. We can create one. Let's add some more. For instance, if you have more addresses, Egger 7, the same place, why not? Then you're searching for Hauptstraße because each city has a main street. Number 40, the same city. Okay, now we can optimize it. You give it to optimize it. That's perfect, I guess. You have optimized. Yeah, it have really optimized. Did I have some problem back here? No, that's okay. There was some delay. Now I want to explain which are the problems in our route optimization server. If you see here in the first round, we have a preferred list. The preference list is a list that has been created when a user used drag and drop option or when he just pressed the button to optimize the route automatically. The pref list have been created for that list of the addresses. Okay, for the route he have created, the pref list is there. Now we see we have an order from 1 to 2, from 2 to 3. This is the order, and then we come back and go to 4. This is our order. In the second round, we see the order has been a little bit changed. We go to the last first, and then we go to 3 and 4. It's a little bit zigzag, not like last time. The addresses order have been changed in the front, but in the back end the preference list have been not changed. It remained the same order as in the first, which is a totally wrong way to do it. We have to fix that. That is a big problem. The second one, if you add 2 new stops here, it doesn't matter how many stops, but if you add a new more stops, the order will be automatically organized like last time, but the new stops are added last, even though the calculation says that N1 from here should be placed the second and the N2 should be placed last. It failed just to reorganize and save the preferenced list. It failed to use anchors. The third problem we see here we have a preference list and new 2 stops. If we press a button that optimizes the route, you will see the new stops have been added between those last 2, which have already been there, 3 and 4. It will be added between. Now the order slightly changed. The problem is those 2 should be added and let last, not because of the number, not because of the distance, because it's the way the route goes. This is a big problem and it failed to do so. We have to implement that option because we haven't implemented that. The correct way is to place it last. The fourth problem, if you place it the same thing, but if you place the stops in front, it failed just to add the stops in front, like the first time. If you added, for example, a new stops and the order is to deliver after the second one, the order will be 1 new stop and the third, which have been there already. The order change even is not the way you want. The way you want is how the route flow, not how many meters are until there and how the calculation works. Because we use anchors. What are the anchors? Maybe you ask yourself if you see the correct path. The anchors are 1 and 2. Those 2 are the anchors. Between those 2 anchors, we have 50 meters. Between the anchor 1 and 3, we have around 70 meters. Between the anchor 3, the stops 3, and the anchor 2 are 15 meters. Combine those 2 meters between the anchors, the old anchors and the new one, and you will get 85. 50 meters divided by 85, it's around 0.58, which is a good ratio. This is called ratio. This is called ratio. If you have a ratio between 0.5 and 1.4, this means the address is close. And you can add the address between the stops. But if you see, it have been added but falsely in the wrong way. So the sixth problem is added next even if are not in the same city. So even if the number 3 is away in another city, it be added between if no anchors are near than those two, which is totally false. It should be added just between the nearest possible in the same city, not the nearest possible in the different city. Even if the ratio is better in another city, it doesn't mean it have to be added there. If you want the part 2, comment down below, hit the like and subscribe button. See you next time.